Barack Obama hailed John Lewis as a founding father of a fuller, better, United States in a soaring eulogy on Thursday, while forcefully calling on Americans to stand up to the forces threatening a cause the late congressman was willing to die for, the right to vote. From the pulpit of Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, where Martin Luther King Jr. once preached, Obama traced the arch of Lewis' life, a child born into the Jim Crow South, the youngest speaker at the March on Washington in 1963, a leader of the civil rights marches in Selma, and a U.S. congressman from Georgia, tying his legacy to the present-day civil rights protests ignited by the death of George Floyd, a black man under the knee of a white police officer. He then drew a line from the racist leaders who opposed civil rights in the 1960s to the policies and ideologies embraced by Donald Trump. Bull Connor may be gone, but today we witness with our own eyes, police officers kneeling on the necks of black Americans, Obama said, never mentioning his successor by name. George Wallace may be gone, but we can witness our federal government sending agents to use tear gas and batons against peaceful demonstrators. We may no longer have to guess the number of jelly beans in a jar in order to cast a ballot, but even as we sit here there are those in power who are doing their darndest to discourage people from voting. In perhaps his most explicitly political speech since leaving office, Obama assailed Trump's false attacks on voting by mail, which Democratic officials have pushed to expand in light of the coronavirus pandemic. He called the filibuster, a Senate rule requiring a supermajority of the chamber to pass legislation, which Republicans used to block his agenda, another Jim Crow relic. Singling out members of Congress who issued statements calling Lewis a hero, but opposed legislation that would restore the protections afforded under the Voting Rights Act Lewis struggled for in the 1960s, a law then granted under Lyndon Johnson but since weakened by a Supreme Court ruling in 2013, Obama said, "Do you want to honor John? Let's honor him by revitalizing the law that he was willing to die for." Preach, a voice rang out from the pews, where mourners sat apart in observation of safety protocols during the coronavirus pandemic. All those attending the service wore masks. Lewis was drawn to activism after discovering King's sermons on the radio as a young man. Calling him perhaps King's finest disciple, Obama remembered Lewis as the boy from Troy, who grew to become a man of pure joy and unbreakable perseverance. He said he considered Lewis a mentor, and has said that helped pave the way for his rise to the presidency, the first black man to ever hold the office. As president, Obama awarded Lewis the Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor.